Good morning, YouTube. It's me, Justin, again. I just posted a video on a link to a video, The Prepared Mind. Um, Now, I've talked a lot in my videos about facial recognition and basically being a part of the resistance, gun control from the far left, and what the main agenda for them to try to disarm Americans is simply for their agenda for one world government, new world order. And yes, I believe a lot of people don't believe Trump is against the establishment. I believe he's not for the establishment. I don't believe he's a part of the elitist. I think he's doing a great job exposing the deep state. But everybody's entitled to their own opinions. But I'm going to share another link, and this is the one that pretty much explains it way better than I can, of why preppers and people such as myself are, part of the resistance, and it ties into FEMA camps. If there was a SHTF situation, and shit hits the fan situation. I know I have a lot of subscribers that, they know I got a potty mouth. And I forewarn you, this link is by far very educational. It explains why preppers will be taken out and hauled off, basically why they want to haul them off to these FEMA camps. And when I say that the NSA is always watching, and there's a big, huge list of people, preppers, people that are pro, patriots, 3%ers, and in the dangers of facial recognition, which, they're coming out and saying, oh, facial recognition is new, that's old school technology, but, people wonder, why do they want it, and what's so important to have it in a database? For a simple fact of a false flag event or an EMP or shit hits the fan situation where UN troops were to step foot on U.S. soil, they would immediately be able to know who is a threat and who isn't a threat, and who to take to FEMA camps and go ahead and execute them right off the bat, and then who to try to kind of brainwash into a new society. But anyways, like I've said in many videos, and people maybe don't understand what I mean about being a part of the resistance, this video here, if you take the time to watch it, will explain a lot. And he does talk about good cops and bad cops, and my brother was a police officer for 4 years for Daytona Beach. I have family in law enforcement down in Florida, and yes, there's definitely corruption in all forms of law enforcement. There's good cops and bad cops, just like look at the FBI and look at the government. There's corruption everywhere. So if you hear him talk about police officers in general, just hear it out, and then he'll explain to the same thing. There are good cops and there are rogue cops, and if you're offended by the F-bomb, then, I think maybe you should just, I hate to say it, but suck it up and watch this video, because if there is a time when we have a situation where something, our government collapse, and this really does happen, and people are saying, wow, these conspiracy theorists were telling the truth, you're going to hear a whole lot worse words in the F-bomb, and you're going to see a whole lot worse. So this is, an older video, but this is one of my favorites, because it's, it's a good warning, it's a good educational piece, so to speak. And I saw a video the other day, this burger chain in California, I forgot what the hamburger chain is, and it's just crazy how people are they're sheep, and they're so blind to this technology, and they think it's great. It's like a Burger King, a high-end Burger King, and you go there and you type in all your information, who you are, your credit card information, and then you stand in front of a screen and it takes a snap photo of your face. And they say it's easier so you don't have to pay with credit card. You know, like swiping a machine is so exhausting and so hard to do. So now people that all, you know, as soon as you do that, you put in your address, you put in your name, you put in your credit card information, you stand there, snapshot, boom, you're in the database. And it's sad that people think that it's used for positive and, you know, to make things easier in life. It's not. It's just more database. It's you know, just like these I've talked about, these DNA.com businesses out there that want your DNA, see how old you are, you know, how old your body is, or how where you're from. It's just an easy way to get your DNA without a warrant, because you just basically sign away your rights. And you know, biblical sense, you know, end of days, if you're a believer in that, you know, the mark of the beast. People talk about it being a computer chip in your hand or in your forehead. This world is so unstable, like I've said before. It's on the brink. It cannot sustain the way it is. There's too much corruption. There's too much evil. You know, this is not the Brady Bunch. It's time to wake up, and like I've said before, it's going to be a wild ride, especially after the Olympics, in my opinion. So, and that's why I say get right with God. What do you have to lose, you know? If you don't have faith, just check into it. It's not going to hurt. You know, if you could take an hour to watch a stupid movie, you can take an hour to watch a video or a documentary on faith and Jesus Christ and see if that turns your views. So, like I said, anyways, I'm going to share a link, and I urge you all. It's because, you know, I really do care about my subscribers / friends, and I want you all to be aware of certain things and better educate yourself so you can protect your family. And I know a lot of you are wide awake, but for some of you that aren't quite awake and wonder why would preppers be a resistance? We're a huge resistance, because we'd be the ones fighting back and not cowering like the soy boys and the far left Hillary freaks. You know, they'd be like the Pied Piper, you know, just sent right into these little FEMA camps. And they're just sheep, they're blind, they're hypnotized, and they're not awake. And no matter how hard you shake them, some of them just is a lost cause. So anyways, I urge you to check this one out, and don't worry about, you know, just try to tune out the F-bombs and really listen to his message about, you know, shit hitting the fan situation. And when it comes to why preppers will be taken out first. And if you know, people laugh it off and, you know, leave comments and, oh, you're crazy, you know, this will never happen. Well, if and when it does happen, we'll see who gets the last laugh. It's like I said, I will die on my feet before I live on my knees. I will not go to a damn FEMA camp. That's why I don't fear death. So anyways, put a link below and a link in the comments section. When you have time today, check it out, and just, you know, it doesn't hurt to further educate yourself. So anyways, thanks for all the support and the prayers from my subscribers, and I hope you have a wonderful day. And fear no man, never fear death. Get right with God, fight the good fight, stay locked and loaded 100%. Later.